Hello, I'm Brent Hite, and welcome back to my channel. This is episode 3 of the Exploring in Arkansas series. I'll be traveling underground in the southern Ozarks of northern Arkansas with Mondo Gonzales, Doug Thornton, and Billy Harris. So go with us as we travel underground looking for artifacts that teach us about the ancient past.
And there's a lot of lore and history about this cave.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that we know so far has been found here, or at least the lore of it?
There's been a lot of artifacts taken from this cave, but most significantly in 1937, it was reported that there was a 7'4" female skeleton that was found in the sitting position. There was other skeletons buried around her that were more normal size, but one abnormality that I've read about is that these skulls did not have nasal cavities, which I don't know if that's fact or myth. And it was said that this skeleton was taken to the Smithsonian at some point. So this cave's been professionally excavated before by university, and there's just been a lot of artifacts. There's been a lot of bone and some full skeletons.
So we're going to continue to search in here, and we'll update you what we find. I'll make it.
This is where geology comes in. You're like, okay, they're like that. That looks like teeth from this side. Can you see it?
Yeah.
And like it's not a jawbone. That's just the natural.
So after further investigation of this, reading Milligaus is reading microwave.
Holy Toledo.
Right there.
Let me see
It's
that.
sitting there under the Pepsi.
That is a
can.
Calf Creek
Somebody
point,
dug
dude.
it out from underneath there and
That is
the water's
crazy.
washed it off.
How now?
I missed that years ago.
Explain to people, how rare is this?
Once in a lifetime. This is,
Is it really?
oh yeah.
What's it worth?
This in here about $600.
Cool.
It's missing, but it's been reworked, and it's been reworked. But
Under the
this
Pepsi can.
was
Here, let me-
this was made by.
Film over that.
This is actually made by the Daddy Calf Creek. I can see us working in it.
So this is the guy. This is the guy.
It, yeah.
So roughly time period.
This
500 years ago, 1,000 years ago.
I'd say 1,500 years ago.
Wow. And that's his style.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's straight back middle like that with just the straight up flaking.
Yeah, I feel that.
I can't believe that.
Right there, man. Under the Pepsi can. Oh, that, and you feel that. That's so. I mean,
Yeah.
That
That's been used. Yeah.
the serrations are cool.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if this is anything or not, but as I sit here and look,
It's a piece. That's the tip.
Yep.
That's the tip one.
Yep.
See, this water sit there and wash it off. You can't see it
Yeah.
covered in dirt.
and would this be one?
Now that could be. They use this stuff. I mean, people don't keep them, but
Scraper.
this piece of flint, I can take a rock to it, and this is sharper than surgical.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually using them for surgery now.
That's Novaculite, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's a black flint. Yeah. Now see this right here. That's a big. That could be human. That's extra big. It could be an elk, but they wasn't.
This it's about 40 feet of slipping and sliding through there, and but you can get to where you can stand up.
It's deep enough. I don't know why they got it filled so. You could duck one.
I don't want to drop that.
Just to let everyone know, caving is extremely dangerous.
Yeah, because that right there,
Don't try this at home.
about ready to slide out. It's really cool down there, but I mean,
Yeah.
this is with.
That's why I
extremely
said wear some stuff.
cautious.
But see, we need to have knee pads, elbows, and
Yeah,
and
exactly.
hard
And
hat.
I have other. I just didn't bring them.
Well, I brought a hard hat for you, but it's in the truck.
Yep. So
We really need pants on anyway.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. The knee pads and the pants would be great.
I brought the proper gear for that too, but it's in the hotel.
So we were down there about probably 15, 18 feet, and we were like this. He was more than I was, but
Well, they bring it around to the side. Used to they cut back and it was a lot closer.
Yeah. And so
Used to where we was at, it used to go back to the left and then it opened up right there.
So you're still saying we could follow that another 30, 40 feet? But
Yeah, I seen where it was back. I could see
Oh, okay.
where.
So we could actually get in there and stand up and do some filming next time in there, but
There's never been an archaeologist in there.
Mr.
Really?
Mr. Harris, what did you find in there originally?
Oh God, thousands of points.
Didn't you say you found some pottery and stuff down there?
Oh yeah, the back room was nothing but pottery everywhere.
Wow.
Now, why would somebody go that deep into a hole underground to put pottery?
but the assumption.
Once again, the assumption.
It used to not be that
See-
way. They sealed this off for some reason. Something happened. Maybe there was a plague. Something happened. That's why them heads was there. Them was sacrifices.
And all this dirt may not have
'Cause
been
there's no-
here.
Look at this. This is like a classic. All
Right.
this is fallen. So what we're standing on is, who knows, hundreds or thousands of years of extra stuff falling through, right?
Yeah. So I mean, but they sealed this off for some reason. This used to not be sealed off.
And they could have walked into that, right? Most likely in ancient times, they walked this.
Yeah.
You look at how much you have, what, 8 feet, 10 feet there?
Yeah.
It might have been 20 feet.
Okay, so what was found in this area as we're sitting?
Just skeleton remains of what we assume was an Indian chief.
Why would you assume that? What makes you
Just
think
the stuff
that?
that was found with it, the banner stones and different types of arrowheads.
Ceremonial type points.
Yeah, ceremonial type points.
And that would have been right in here,
Yeah, right here where you're standing.
right where we're standing.
Yeah.
Still here. We're not taking anything out.
Nope.
You were going to say something about that ceiling.
And there's
I
a
wanted to look at it under.
there's a good sized hole right down there too.
Oh yeah, that goes into another cave.
Cave entrance upon cave entrance.
Yeah, they sealed all that off. This goes into another little cave out there.
Who would have sealed it off?
The Indians.
Just ancient times.
You can just assume reasons, just like they sealed off that big back cave. You just gotta have it was purposely sealed completely off. I mean, dirt was all the way to the top.
Could it be because they were?
Maybe something happened. Well, it could have been it could have been a burial of something like that. But they were sacrifices because, like I said, there was 2 skulls found that was burnt and no body parts, and then 2 more jawbones.
Human jawbones.
Human.
Were those burnt too?
Yeah, it was all burnt. It's like they built a big fire in there and sealed it off.
But separated for the jawbones and the skulls were separated.
Right. You're just laying here in the cave. This is vaguely looks much like a human. If I was guessing, I'd say it's human.
So we were sitting over there by the chief's grave and sitting right on top of it. Didn't disturb it. We didn't take anything out. But you told us to be quiet, turn the lights off, turn all instruments off, and to listen. What do you think it is that we heard?
Sounds like a wolf to me.
That's what it sounded like to me. I mean, I was behind all of you guys, and I could tell it's coming directly from behind me, which is right here.
Yeah.
In this
And it sounded like
cave.
a wolf.
Yeah.
Like a wolf howl.
Several times when we was kids digging in there, we'd have to just completely stop. We'd just get so, I guess, scared, you'd say. We'd have to go investigate to see what was making the noises.
And you said that you told us previously that you would hear voices in here and see shadows.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, can you describe that a little bit?
Just really black. You could tell that it wasn't a shadow that you would make. It was more like an orb shadow, sort of. It was just a mist shape, and it would just move around periodically, and then it would finally just leave, and you wouldn't see it no more.
And what would you describe the voices to sound like? Female, male?
Just males. You never could really make it out. It was like a couple of people talking.
At once.
Yeah.
And what I had asked him earlier if it was a different language, and it sounded like a different language, muffled enough to where it'd be hard to discern these specific syllables and stuff, right?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, just sound like Chinese. But you'd never hear it long enough to really get locked on. You'd just hear it and then
And it'd be
not,
gone.
and then you'd get back to doing, and then you'd hear it again.
So, have you heard the wolf sound before?
Oh yeah, lots of times.
Really?
Is that what it sounded like?
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. I mean, that's
Right.
Could that potentially be the wind moving through the cave or through an opening?
Well, it could be. They could. It's unexplained. I'm not saying it's somebody back there or a wolf back there, but it's strange.
The interesting thing too is as it relates to the voices, the sound, is that you hear her at night. So there's nobody like sitting out on the front, like, oh, those are just voices of people talking.
Right.
So you're hearing necessarily at night when there's nobody around.
And it almost
This is rural.
and yeah, it took some time to get in here. And the interesting thing is it almost happened on command.
Yeah.
And it was when we turned all our electronics off, I wasn't filming. I wish I would have been filming, but we may not have heard that noise if I was filming. It was a long howl. It didn't sound like wind.
Well,
No, it lasted a couple seconds.
It's always funny. You can tell if the sound's coming from outside, like the birds now.
Yeah, you can hear the birds for sure.
It's weird that it feels more like it's coming from out of the cave. Or
So what did you say? You said something earlier about a wolf hybrid or a wolf,
yeah, that's
wolf man?
well. There's always a story of kind of a wolf man from the 20s or 30s. They've always was a legend from around here.
That was a skeleton.
Supposedly they had pictures. Supposedly they found skeletons of it.
In a cave near here.
Yep.
All right, so we come to this cave and we're only in it like 5 minutes, and we walk upon this, and this is like the most sought after point among collectors. It's Calf Creek.
Laying in a drip.
I saw that. I almost went in and did it.
And that's got a little bit of fire pop to it.
Look at that. Another airhead.
Looks like
No, this is an older one. See how
Yeah,
crude the
it's crude. I'm gonna say that definitely looks crude. That's why.
flake. See, this one's newer. See how finer.
Yeah.
This was made to use. He chopped it out as fast as he could to make him a knife, a spear, or whatever. This is a lot older point than this calf.
Yeah, and that's the guy. That's the granddaddy.
That was, to the calf creeks.
Yeah, to the calf creeks. Yep. Yeah, I actually saw that and I was like, oh, that doesn't really look, but
Yeah.
because we were standing right here,
Can I see?
That had been thrown from down here up here.
and you would have never seen it.
It was really super fine flint that they could make something nice out of, that they never used.
Surprised they didn't just store stuff up
There is, there's stuff.
Like, are these natural when they planted?
Oh, these are all
Okay. What do you feel right there?
I feel airflow.
Yeah. Look at the leaves. We don't feel any wind right here.
You don't feel nothing here.
Well, there's a saying among cavers: if you come to a cave and it blows, it goes. Which means if you got airflow coming out of a cave, there's an inch.
Airflow up here, you've only got it right
Oh, we got it right here, but not in the cave.
Right there. Put your hand on that rock.
On this one?
Yeah. Yep. It's right there. Put your hand.
Wow, that's crazy.
Because look at this leaf right here, right above.
Yeah.
It's moving.
Yeah, and so, but right here, there's airflow coming from this crack in this rock. That means there's a cavern underneath, and that means that there's another exit somewhere on the other side.
Hey,
come right here and feel
Take
this.
that FLIR out. We'll be able to actually see it right in that main bottom pack.
Let me get a foothold there. Yeah, now see, that's the 52-degree air I was talking about. Get right where I am where you can really tell it.
I've dug in from the big tank.
Oh, into here?
You can get in over on that right hand side.
Can you see the temperature difference?
Oh yeah, you can.
Go up there and put your hand on that rock. The big rock here.
Right here?
Yeah, feel it?
Mm-hmm.
I've
Feel it?
always got eerie feelings in this cave here. It's why I've never dug a lot either.
Really?
Yeah.
So have you found artifacts in here?
A couple. Like I said, I never dug in here.
Really?
Very little. I dug back there when I dug in from the big cave.
So the
Is
blue.
this recording?
No, it takes pictures. If I had the.
Can you take a picture?
Oh yeah, the
How do you
camera
take one?
right here.
Just push it. Oh, you're in front of it.
Your finger right there. Take a picture, you'll see the camera pop up. As you look,
There's a wolf back there.
as you look, there's a blue. That blue is cold.
Oh, I know it. I just took pictures. It's walking around. Come here.
What?
There's a wolf sitting out there and he's moving. Right there where your light's at. Right there.
There's a wolf moving?
Yeah, come here and look at it.
Mondo's in there.
Well, I know it, but he's...
Here,
that
let me-
ain't him.
let me-
It's not that far.
You see?
Come right here and stand out here and look, and you can see it. And you want to stand out here and look straight in there and just watch. It's up above everything.
You seeing him?
I took pictures a minute ago with it. If it took pictures, but back to your left. You're to the there. There's a mound out there. It's up on a mound.
There's a heat source.
Let me check that out.
I'm gonna walk to it.
Hold on.
You point it out to me.
Let me look back through I'll look back through there again. It's about 50 yards.
I'll tell you what, when you get this.
From with my eye, it sort of looks like a rock back there, but it's black.
I see something moving. Right through there.
Oh, let me see.
Right through there. It's just a black spot. What does black indicate on the flare?
If you go to black hot, white hot thermal, you will see it.
Yeah.
Let me switch it for you so that you can.
Yeah, I've got one of these, but not this brand.
This will pop it up better.
And look that.
Is that better on the eye?
Yep, it's still there. Shine your light back there now. To your right, a little more. To your right, right there, on that mound, right up there. See that mound to
Yeah.
your right a little bit? Not the big one, right there.
Yeah.
Do you think
Nothing.
that could be what we heard a while ago?
I don't know. It's weird now.
Residual energy. I don't understand it.
That's crazy that we heard something that sounded like a wolf in the other cave, and now you're saying you see something that looks like a wolf. How long ago
Well,
has
I seen it moving. I think it's a rock, but
how long ago do you think it was when there were actually wolves here?
oh, I'd say 500 years ago.
Really?
That is so wicked.
Let me check it back again.
Mondo?
They're about to yell.
Mondo!
He's coming out behind us. How'd you do that?
My
Hey.
ghost.
Hey,
We seen a ghost.
we've seen a ghost.
It
So
definitely,
did you crawl through?
it definitely connects, yeah, to the other side.
Back to your right. Go straight right.
Did you have to crawl?
Pile right there behind the other pile.
I wasn't like on my stomach,
Yeah.
just on my hands.
You slid through the first one, kind of a shelfie up.
Yeah, it kind of went like this, and I was
Yeah.
like, ooh, that looks like it opens up really big. And it opened.
I didn't know if it was still, that part was open. I dug into it again. I want to say we can get back.
So we never did really figure out what it was that we could see moving through the FLIR, but time was running out, so we had to get on to the next cave. It was down the road a couple of miles, and so we journeyed down there and ventured into another cave, and you'll see what we got into next.
All right, so we're here at a location named Cave 2. We're keeping these locations anonymous for right now for various reasons. And obviously we have some of the fellows that we've been here with. And what is it that's significant that has been found here?
Just a lot of different artifacts, and outside the caves has been several burials.
All right, we got a big
That bad boy.
spider right
That
there.
guy wants to just crawl on you while you're sleeping.
That's a cave pet.
That flew out.
Yeah, it flew right beside us.
Hey, let me tell you something. Okay, it's behind you now, but look down. It went over your head because if you're looking up, it'll land flat on your face. Let me see where it is. There he went. But they will attach to your face. See, he's pretty big. That's a brown bat, and he's kind of rare. See him?
Yeah. Filming that?
Yep. He's rare.
Oh, I'm gonna try.
Most of the bats are smaller than that, but these are big browns. And it's not, you don't see them all the time. He almost hit my camera. There's a couple of them in here. See him?
Yep. Big old bats in this cave.
Yeah, when they get close, look down. It's better that they land on your head than on their face.
There it is right there,
Did he land?
right inside that little hole.
He went up in there? Yeah, I see him.
You guys coming?
Yep.
Yeah, we're filming the bats.
There he is right there.
There's a pile of guano right there.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of cave crickets up here.
Does it open up into anything? A big hole in the back of
Clovis Point was found all the way back there.
Really?
Yep.
Wonder what they did for light. Oh, a torch?
You know, I'd say they took wood with them.
Built
They
fire?
stayed back here. Yeah, I mean,
It opens up a little bit for a midget. Oh, my back is on the top of the cave.
The way you use your hands and walk and grab rocks as you're walking. If not, you're gonna meet the mud real fast. Brent,
Yeah,
how you doing, Iron Man?
I'm doing good.
Brent has been doing this entire journey with a torn tendon in his ankle, climbing mountains, crawling caves,
rocks are dirty.
hardcore Brent.
1788.
1788?
That's right there, right up there.
Okay.
You see the 1-7 and the 8s are smaller, right in the middle of my deal right there.
Sit this UV up, pick it up.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Now shine, now look, you can see it. Without me shining, I'll shine my light right in the middle. See 1-7 and 8.
I see it right
On the bottom.
Right there by that hole. To the
Yeah, it's
right
above
of
the hole, up above that hole right there.
Yep, I see that now, yep. It's right above that hole. There you go.
To the right of that hole.
Yep, I see it from here. I see the 17. I can't see the other part of it.
And then see, here's a circle with the
Yeah.
X.
Right there.
Yeah. And then right below it, it looks like it says 1717.
Hey, Mondo,
Yes, sir.
get your feet in a steady position. And everybody turn their lights off. Have you done that
Look at
yet?
all that.
You want the lights off? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Have you ever
Yeah, I'm steady.
have you ever experienced total darkness?
Just see if you can hear anything.
What's he got on? He's got-
So
Oh, you got your thermal on.
put your hand right in front of your face. You will not see anything.
I
Yeah.
got this phone just to record in case we hear any.
Oh,
Yeah.
fair enough.
You want to be quiet a second, see what we hear?
Yeah. let me
Okay.
Get still for a second. Hear the water running.
It's a lot easier if you close.
Yeah, isn't it amazing how loud them
If you
drops
leave
are?
eyes open, you're trying to see.
Yeah. Yeah, you can hear water running real well in the back.
Yeah, there's a big hole back there, a big whale.
Alright.
Perfect place for the Masons to bury the Ark of the Covenant.
That's right.
try this at home. Did you really just find a signal in here?
Yeah, maybe, I guess.
Doug, be careful with that rope.
Oh, where you at, Timothy?
All right, so we're in a cave in the Ozark Mountains, and we're probably about 2,000 feet back. I'm gonna show you what this little room looks like. We had to get down and almost crawl, and then this cave opens back up. And other guys just climbed this rope, and then there's another room up there in front of us, and there's a waterfall down there. You can see there's a lot of water dripping from the ceiling. We came from this direction, and down there it gets pretty low. You gotta squat down, get through it, and then it opens back up. I see some petroglyphs on the ceiling here. Try to dim the light and see if they'll show up a little better. I see an X. I see a triangle looking object.
Get skinny. You know, they say some people have a fear of claustrophobia.
You don't want to be here.
Yeah. You know, I don't know where that comes from,
I'm sorry, man.
but
I feel bad for you.
if a spider happened to crawl on me right now, I'd jump through this rock. What's interesting about this is that they were still finding artifacts.
There's bone right here, and then here looks like a bone arrowhead.
Yeah, all the way back. And I don't know how they brought light all the way back here, but there are inscriptions of writing all along the side of this wall.
Look at that. Here's some ash.
Yeah, we're finding bone, ash.
Just use your, that's a dip, man. Just do a dip right there. That's what I did. Do a dip.
Does that look like a dip?
No, just dip on the sides.
Just put your hand down.
Yeah, put your hands on the sides. You dip
Well,
right down.
hey, I just heard a voice behind me.
Yeah, that's where I heard it from.
What?
I just heard a voice behind me. Shine the light.
Echo, maybe?
No, I heard a man's voice holler out.
That's what I heard a minute ago.
Yeah, I definitely heard a man's voice hollering out behind me. And that ain't an echo. Because we haven't heard an echo being in here yet.
Nope, we have not.
Stick the landing.
Stick it.
Don't fall back. It's about 30
Yeah,
foot.
baby. You got her.
Get your workout everywhere. You can get a little discombobulated looking up.
Oh, yeah, you don't want them to lose your...
Yeah,
You'll fall.
yeah. And that's not what I want to fall down on.
No. You can hear it. You know, it's nothing that. That's why I took the chicken out. I went this way.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that way.
Going back that way is easier back than the way I came. I came that way. But you got dodge that right there.
I was like, yeah, I'm just going to already do green on this thing, you know. Water.
This is the shorter part of the cave that we have to crawl through. And all the way into the back, once again, is the underground waterfall. It's pretty neat because where that waterfall goes to, it still dips down. And they say that it'll fill up and the kids will come out there and they got a swinging rope in the back and they'll dive in this cave. But as it's not full right now, you can see all the way to the bottom of bedrock and it continues to, what appears to go underneath us right now. I don't know how much of that's been explored. We may get into it one day, but we're having fun. Mondo, you having fun?
We're having a great time, man.
Yeah.
Living the dream.
All right.
Well, he was crying back there in one spot. I don't know if that counts.
There's cave flies in here. They've been buzzing around my head. I've been sitting here in the dark.
You got this, Doug.
Yeah.
You got the length, man. The key is you got to lean.
Yeah. Trust the rope.
You got to trust the rope. I was leaning almost straight back.
You want to get your feet on down. You want your feet rolling. There you go. On
Yep.
your left side. You want to put your left hand around the rope.
Yep.
Right. Now, you can just reach and grab a hold right here, too. Got it?
Well done. Yes.
All right, so we just came out of what we're calling Cave 2, and that was a tight squeeze in certain places. We had to crawl up a slick hill that was elevated probably 8 or 10 feet off the ground once you get to the top. Did I get muddy?
No.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. So, you know, caves are amazing. There's so many different things that you can go out and explore, but I want to just tell people you need to be extremely careful with what you're doing. That's why we have professionals like the man holding the camera and this man next to us. So we got all the way back, and there was an underground water system coming from the ceiling, and we don't know exactly where that water is coming from, but it was an amazing view.
Waterfall.
Yeah, it was a beautiful waterfall, and we heard some things again. What did we hear?
Voices.
We heard voices. I mean, it was the weirdest thing. I mean, subtle voices.
I could hear
from
them.
behind. You could hear them too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard you talking about them.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I sat there and turned my light off just to see what I could hear when you guys got out of sight. It was pitch black, and I had some cave flies flying around me. I could hear a bat every once in a while.
And there wasn't.
And then I heard what was behind you.
Yeah, there wasn't
guys.
wind.
Yeah,
There was no wind in there, but
behind you, wasn't it?
Yeah. As I was crawling out, and as Mr. Harris was telling us, if we sit there and we be quiet, we'll hear sounds and voices. And we did. We sat there, turned off all the equipment, and just had the phone going. Maybe the audio picked that up, but the water may have been too loud. But as I was crawling out, I swear I heard a voice behind me coming through the real narrow passageway.
And this is the second cave that we've experienced that in today. It wasn't a voice in the other one, it was more like a howl.
Yeah. Yeah, this was a man's voice, and you could hear sound like multiple.
Mm-hmm.
What did you hear?
it was a subtle thing, but the phraseology is like I could hear it on the wind. It was weird, but there's no wind in there.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of like what we talked about, maybe a little bit of if you imagined a chant.
Yeah.
Kind of a real light sounding chant.
Yeah. So
It's just strange.
this was awesome. We're gonna move over to another site.